Reuters.
Brussels has long been a destination for migrant prostitutes looking for streets paved with more gold than their own. Local girls work the red light zones alongside Ecuadorian transvestites, Nigerians, Congolese and Europeans.
Espanol? Only Albanese? Albanese.
Recently, a new migrant prostitution community arrived in Brussels from Albania.
Some of the girls are just simply kidnapped in schools, at home, in the streets of Albania. And some have been made false promises, some have been seduced, but everyone wants to leave Albania, so it doesn't take a lot to seduce or to get those girls over. They are forced into prostitution. They work as a prostitute for some time in Italy, and then they're brought over to Belgium or any other Western European country.
Public prosecutor Eric van der Sept estimates that 95% of the young Albanian women engaged in prostitution in Brussels did not know they were coming for this purpose. Victims of human trafficking, Albanian women, many who are minors, now constitute about half the foreign prostitutes in Brussels.
There's definitely been a change in the ethnic mix, and as soon as there's a problem somewhere, such as during Kosovo or the Serbian crisis or anywhere the borders start going down or there's a problem, you start seeing them appearing on the streets here.
Yep. A harsh rebound for the city that is home to NATO, which bombed Kosovo for 3.5 months this year. A war which has served the traffickers' trade by opening the door to false claims for Kosovan refugee status.
The traffickers, they say to the woman, you have to tell to the ministry that you are from Kosovo, so you will get the refugee status in Belgium. Usually they use that, and they get a false identity and so begin it.
These Albanian-speaking prostitutes say they're Kosovan, a false status which officers at Sanjos police station working on the streets with these young women see increasingly.
The
advantage for them is that by saying they come from Kosovo, they can get refugee status, one of political asylum, allowing them to get papers that will allow them to stay in Belgium and work in Belgium for longer on the streets and make more money for their pimps.
A fortiori, avec ça, donc elles pourront travailler plus longtemps sur la rue, gagner plus d'argent pour leurs proxénètes, quoi.
Local prostitutes who work independently, pay taxes and enjoy good relations with local police say Albanians and other foreign girls cut prices to attract business.
Ce qu'il y a, c'est que derrière elles ont souvent des réseaux et sont obligées alors de faire n'importe quoi.
They do pretty much anything. They cut prices, they work any old way, they do anything to bring money in. It's a whole network that's developing. There are more and more problems. They have nothing to lose, those people. They're used to killing. They don't worry about putting little girls on the street. For them, 2,000 or 3,000 francs are a luxury.
Ils ont l'habitude de tuer, ils ont l'habitude, donc qu'est-ce que c'est pour eux de mettre des pauvres gamines et elles?
Pimps and traffickers use emotional seduction, sexual brutality, blackmail and physical torture against the women they control. Sarah, a 22-year-old woman smuggled out of Albania, was violently forced to work as a prostitute by her pimp boyfriend.
He bit me, covered me in bruises. I would cry. He would leave the house and be gone for 2 days. I would sit there and cry. Then one day he came back and asked me if I loved him. I said, no, it's over. I'm not working for you anymore. You can do anything you want to my child, my family. I'm not working anymore. I'm out. I used to think that a lot, but I was scared. Until the last day when I did it.
Avec mon fils, avec mon famille, tu prends tout. Je m'en fous.
Pimps demand a minimum of $500 a day from each woman they control. Police have even heard of demands for $1,000 a day. With sex and hotel costing $50, these women, some as young as 14 or 15 years old, may see 10 to 20 clients a day. Recognising that these victims are caught in a no-win situation between exploiters and authorities, Belgium introduced a law against human trafficking in 1995. Under this law, the women are granted temporary residence for 45 days as well as support and protection. This support is provided on the condition that victims leave the abusive world that they are in, which leads to this holding cell at Saint-Josse police station with unfailing regularity. Within the 45 days, the prostitutes are given an opportunity to either go back to their country of origin or to collaborate with authorities against the person or network that has exploited them. The system also offers victims a chance to gain permanent residence and increases the options available to authorities to pursue traffickers. Belgium has made great efforts against the problem of human trafficking. Albanian gangsters have been brought to trial on the basis of victims' declarations, and women caught up in a world of abuse and exploitation have been supported in building new lives for themselves. Despite these efforts, the trading of young women from Eastern European countries is increasing, especially from Albania. With much of Europe border-free, traffickers can move swiftly and undetected, basing themselves in Italy or Belgium before moving on to Germany, the Netherlands or other Western European countries. Anne Vautier, coordinator of Pagasa, the Brussels-based organisation set up to support victims of human trafficking, believes more initiatives need to be taken.
There is not enough protection for the victims. I think one protection is this, to give them a temporary stay and to help them here. But when they choose to go back to the country, we are not helpful. We cannot do anything. The girl is with a family and they can have question, and from here we cannot do anything. That could be a new initiative to collaborate with the country of origin to install protection for the victims when they choose to go back.
A lot of more information has to be given to Albania. A lot of people coming from Albania think that money is lying on the streets and everybody is happy here and there are no worries and no troubles, and it's a mistake.
Perhaps it will take such collaborative efforts to curb the traffickers' tide. Until then, young women working the streets of Brussels and other cities throughout Western Europe know that when your nation offers little more than poverty, lawlessness and corruption, others like themselves shall continue to be kidnapped from villages or fall for handsome seducers waiting at the school gate in foreign cars, offering a taste of honey in a far-off land. How distant a dream from the reality which befalls them. Michelle Carlile, Reuters.